welcome. If you are new here, I am Ra, spiritual life coach and astrologer, specifically sidereal zodiac with Vedic and Hellenistic reference. So, I really wanted to discuss the moon today and how we just had a full moon, sidereal Libra, and this full moon really did come with a lot of heavy like feelings and emotions. It was very, very strong and had the ability to really heighten your emotions. Um, it could also with Venus and Saturn, like their conjunction happening over that moon, feelings of like grief or like um personal reflection and introspection that leads to like transformation could be themes, right? But I really wanted to get into just the moon in general in the natal chart and how it shows up as a significator of like our experiences and how we experience things in this life. And just depending on the so called strength of your moon, this can show up as how you like move through your emotions, how you move through your experiences, um, what realms of life your emotions are, your state of mind is shaped through. The moon is responsible for our daily routines, right? Moon is our physiology. So, literally, your moon can tell you so much about how your body functions and what your body needs, right? How much sleep you need, if you're getting enough sleep, remedies that you can do to like improve just your quality of life and how you function on your day to day. For some people, if you have more like Saturn influenced or like an Earth moon, you may need slower routines, mutable signs on the moon. You may do well with flexible schedules and routines. For 1 minute, you may need a bit more rigidness. Another time, you just may need things to be spontaneous, right? So sometimes that can show up as not having the most stable routine, but at the same time, like that is your rhythm. Um, Fire moons can be very bold, right? So a lot of times you may need to have routines where you can like exert um physical energy, or it's just like you need a healthy amount of expression um physically, right? Once again, movement. This can be through like dance, like that could be perfect. This can also be if you have Mars aspects to your moon, like maybe doing things like dance or just like sports, things that can really just like get you in flow. Moon has its joy in the third house. So third house is a house of our routines as well. So through planets in that house and even the ruler of that house, you can see you can work with the energy of your routines, because the thing about it is like this is already like you're already existing in your moon. You're already existing in the energy of your third house. So it's like becoming aware of it is for you to like work with it, and then you can intentionally build systems and your day to day around that energy, right? So you'll have something personalized to you. And so let's talk about lunar returns as well, because lunar returns are literally when your moon, like moon mates its monthly cycle approximately, right? So every like 27 days, our moon returns to the same sign. And checking the lunar return chart can really be another way to work with the energy of your birth chart, because that lunar return chart, specifically the energy of where the moon is placed in that chart and the first house of that chart, because the first house is always going to tell you what the energy is for that month. And then it's also going to tell you like just the energy of your body, of your mind. So the planets that are there are going to be important because, like, for example, a Martian influence that can show up as maybe you're a bit more frustrated, you're a bit more um on edge, impulsive, like your nerves are bad, or you could be more, you could have more energy, right? Like you could feel stronger mentally. You may find yourself being a bit more busy that month, right? So it just really depends on like what's going on in that chart. But through the first house, its ruler, and then where the moon is sitting in that lunar return chart, I can tell you a lot about how to work with your energy for that month. And also the moon and the chart can really teach us how to adapt, right? How to really like live and being adaptable. And not depending on your moon sign, like adaptiveness may not be something that you're used to. So for some people, maybe you have like a very like you have a moon that's relies on like s- rigidness, routines, like everything is set, right? Everything is meant to be like automatic systems and nothing changes, right? So this can probably show up as when there are times where there are going to be changes that happen. You could be a bit more disturbed by that, right? So even if your moon is set up to be like that, you can still learn how to like work with it and create like you can create systems around that. Like if you're somebody who just needs systems, create systems for when your systems fail. Like your systems need to include failure. They need to include like the fluctuation of your energy, the ups and downs, right? That way it can be a more solid system. Everything is accounted for. I want you guys to let me know in the comments what is your sidereal moon sign. Let me know any aspects, whatever. If you just want to put moon sign, that's fine too. But include whatever, right? Include all the details you can. But what are you guys' moon signs? What house are they in? What aspects do they make? Because, like, what does your moon say about you? What does it say about are, how you're moving through your experiences, how you are feeling through life, how you are interpreting life, how you are existing within your body? What does your moon say about you?